What's happening, guys? It's Bharat for iGyaan.in, and I just wanted to get you up to speed with some of the latest happenings. So let's begin with it. First of all, our iPad mini contest is over and we declared the results on iGyaan TV. So if you've missed that, you can go to the video right here and check it out. Lots of fun stuff. The second thing, we've started the Micromax Canvas HD giveaway already on our Facebook page. So you can click this link now and head on over. If you can't click it, then just type it in your URL and head on over, and you can play in our Micromax Canvas HD giveaway. Absolutely brilliant. You can go and take part in it. Very simple. All you need to do is tell us what iGyaan is to you. So for example, iGyaan is to you
As wheels are to a car, as cheese is to a pizza, as money is to a gambler, as a mooch is to a Rajput.
So all you need to do is let us know what iGyaan is to you, and one of the most innovative and funny answers will get the Canvas HD. I'm going to sneakily tell you, I'm also going to give away a Canvas 2 as well. So Micromax Canvas A116 and a Micromax Canvas A110 is going to be given away by iGyaan. So go on ahead and take part in the contest. The contest is already running. A lot of entries already. We've got about 300 entries. But that is it. Right now we're going to be talking about the Micromax Canvas HD and the Galaxy Grand that was just announced on Monday for the Canvas HD and Tuesday for the Galaxy Grand. Why are these phones so interesting for India, and why is everyone asking us to compare them? So we actually don't have the final review units with us. We've been playing around with some prototypes, but what I'm going to talk about is our initial impression and our initial comparison of the two devices. So let's begin. When you talk about Micromax, Micromax is an Indian company. They started in India selling dual SIM phones back in the day. Then they shifted over to smartphones with the A60, I believe, which was their first Android device. In the past 2 years, they've grown incredibly in the smartphone sector. They have, of course, continued to make dual SIM phones, and even the Canvas HD is a dual SIM device. But the fact is that they've grown incredibly, and the quality of their products has grown incredibly from the A60, for example, to now the Canvas HD, which comes with an HD screen. So the displays, the cameras, the interface, the operating system, and the hardware on the inside has dramatically grown in the past 2 years. So has Micromax achieved that MNC capability? Well, Micromax already serves in a lot of countries now. It's not only an Indian company, so it's already a multinational company if you think about it. But there is that brand name association with Micromax that people are afraid of. A lot of people are not, but I personally don't care what phone I'm using as long as I like the phone. So if you guys like the phone, then you should not care whether it's Micromax or Samsung or Nathulal or whoever. It doesn't matter. Now, Samsung is a primary smartphone business, and they are currently world's #1 smartphone manufacturer. So the brand loyalty or the brand association that goes with the Samsung product cannot be matched at present with a company like Micromax. So if you're particularly looking at brand value, then by brand value, definitely Samsung will win over Micromax. But let's move on to the next aspect. Now we're talking about system on chip. So system on chip is the basic hardware that is used to run a device. So Micromax is running on a MediaTek processor or a MediaTek SoC, which does have a quad core processor on the inside. So it has a 1.2 gigahertz quad core processor. It also has a nice GPU which is inbuilt into this SoC. The device also has integrated Wi-Fi, and radios are still unknown. We still are unclear on radios, but at present, we feel that they're running on 900 and 1800 megahertz wave bands. So GSM for that matter is going to be 900 and 1800. So it will work in India without any issues. But will it work abroad, or will they make a separate version for launching in different countries? We're not too sure of that. But there has been a lot of hype created around the Micromax Canvas HD. So they might launch it in other countries as well. So let's see what happens to that. As far as the Samsung Galaxy Grand is concerned, it is a quad band, so it will work all over the world. So no issues in terms of radios. The system on chip is unknown. Samsung has not publicly announced what system on chip they're using. But at the CES booth of Broadcom, a Samsung Galaxy Grand was spotted. So it seems that the Samsung Galaxy Grand is running on a Broadcom SoC. Details are still sketchy on what the GPU is, what the hardware on the inside is capable of. But if anything is known, it's a decent dual core chipset. It's capable of carrying all the load that the Galaxy Grand can give it. So we'll be able to test it in our final review and see if actually a quad core processor from MediaTek is better than a Broadcom processor, which is a dual core processor. Actually, a dual core processor is equally good or even better than a quad core processor from MediaTek. As far as we are concerned, as far as numbers go, a MediaTek quad core processor should definitely do better than a dual core processor from any company, because it is a current generation processor. It has been designed to run on a quad core segment. So let's move on. Let's talk about displays over here. So now Micromax comes with an HD display. So it's a 1280 by 720 pixel display. It's an IPS display, absolutely brilliant, very crisp display. When we went hands-on with it, images were crisp, text was crisp, absolutely brilliant. It was really fluid as well. It was running Jelly Bean, it was running 60 frames per second without any issues. So we are really happy with the way Micromax has progressed. When we sat in discussion with the company last year, when they came out with canvas devices, I personally spoke to them and said that there is a definite need for better displays in cheap devices, in budget devices. I don't know if you call under 15,000 budget anymore or not, but the fact is that a device which comes for under 15,000 rupees would do really well if it came with an HD display. And fail or not, whether it was me or not, I don't know, but Micromax has come out with an HD display, 1280 by 720 pixel, absolutely stunning, very crisp colors, very nice display. Viewing angles are good because it's an IPS display. Colors may not be so deep. It's a 16 million color display, but the color saturation is something that I am really worried about. But we are looking at prototypes, we are not looking at the final product. So as soon as we look at the final product, we'll be able to tell you what the displays are like. The Galaxy Grand comes with a 480 by 800 pixel display, which is a big disappointment from Samsung. Samsung is a company that has been known to make displays and it's been working on display technology for a really long time. So for a company that has pioneered in displays to come out with such a low-res display is a big question mark. Why did they do it? Are they going to come out with a Grand 2 with an HD display really soon? We're not too sure. But the fact is that the display on the Galaxy Grand is not that bad. Despite the fact that it is a low pixel density display, it is still very vibrant. It's still very easy to read. They've done some software overlapping of pixels, which allows more pixels to be seen by the naked eye. Some new technology that they put into the software is what Samsung executives were claiming. I call bullshit on that. But still, the device looked really nice. The display is really crisp. You can see in our video, it's really vibrant, really vivid. Until you look really up close and personal to the display, you cannot see the pixelation. So definitely some improvement in the display technology, despite the fact that the pixel density is low. Now both devices come with 8 megapixel cameras. The Canvas HD should be able to shoot at least 720p video, if not full HD. We heard somebody say full HD. The camera on the device that I tested out was not working, so I cannot say if the Canvas HD will actually capture HD video. But if it does, then the name would be perfect because you have an HD screen and you have HD video capture capabilities. Front camera on the Micromax is a disappointment. It's only a 0.3 megapixel camera, which we're not happy with. It could have been upgraded to at least a 1.3 megapixel camera, which would have allowed for 720p front-facing video, but they've not done that. So one mark less in terms of cameras. They could have really upped the front-facing camera, improved the overall quality of the product. The Galaxy Grand comes with an 8 megapixel camera capable of capturing full HD video. Apart from that, the camera also has zero shutter lag. So it is an enhanced optical camera, which means that they're saying that their camera is actually better on the Galaxy Grand when it was compared to the Galaxy Note 2. Again, we weren't able to do a lot of testing with the camera when we went hands-on with the device, but we'll tell you for sure if the cameras are comparable or not, or if the camera on the Galaxy Grand is better. If Samsung is using their own sensors, then I have a feeling that the camera on the Galaxy Grand will be slightly better than that on the Micromax Canvas HD. The front-facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy Grand is a 2 megapixel camera, which is also an HD camera. Whether it's 720p or 1080p is still unknown, but I'm guessing at least a 720p front-facing camera on the Galaxy Grand. Let's quickly talk about memory. Both devices have 1 gigabyte of RAM. The Galaxy Grand has 8 gigabyte of storage. The Canvas HD has 4 gigabyte of storage on the inside. So if you're downloading a lot of HD games, The Galaxy Grand will come in handy more because you'll have more user available storage as versus the Micromax Canvas HD, in which you'll have to transfer some of the files to the SD card. In cases where you cannot, you'll be stuck with low storage on your device. If we talk about SIM cards, the Micromax Canvas HD is only one active SIM, whereas the Galaxy Grand has dual SIM active, which is again an advantage for people who want both SIM cards running at the same time. Also, another thing that Samsung has done is a smart forwarding, smart auto forwarding, which allows users on a call or a busy SIM card, the calls to be directed to the other SIM card. So if you're on a phone on one SIM card and you don't have call waiting, all your calls will automatically be diverted to the second SIM card. So you'll still get a call on your phone, which could be bothersome because if you got rid of call waiting in the first place, you don't want another call. Okay guys, so the last thing I'm going to talk about is operating systems and service support and warranties. So the best thing about this is that both these devices are now currently running Android 4.1.2 Jelly Bean. That's the latest commercially available operating system for the Android market space. The Android 4.2 has been announced. Now here is the difference. Micromax devices have never gotten any software updates in the past. So if we look at the past record, you will have to assume that the Canvas HD is going to be a 4.1.2 device as far as the manufacturer is concerned. If we take notice to the press conference, MediaTek has announced that they're going to be pushing out upgrades to the next version of Jelly Bean, at least for this particular chipset, which is in the A116. Whether Micromax will push the update or not is unknown, but the device is capable of an update. Samsung, on the other hand, will give you an update to 4.2 as soon as it's available. Samsung has been known to give out at least one or two software updates for their devices, so you can expect at least one update, if not the next version of Android. So in that aspect, Android 4.1.2 on a Samsung Galaxy Grand is slightly better than Android 4.1.2 on the Canvas HD. Another advantage is that Samsung's running TouchWiz user interface. I don't need to go into detail of the kind of things that you get with TouchWiz. Lots of add-ons, lots of power savers, task managers, battery savers, memory savers, etc., etc., etc. Pop-up play, multi-window, direct calling, tons of features that were built into the nature UI of the Galaxy S3, a couple of added features in the Galaxy Note 2. Everything's been brought together and built into the Galaxy Grand. Whether these features are useful for you or not, whether you like the look of the UI or not, is something that you need to decide. But the fact of the added user interface definitely gives you a better advantage, gives you a more stable operating system on the device, gives you more features. But that's how you look at it. It's your perspective. As far as warranties are concerned, Samsung definitely has a better service network. They have a better service capability. Micromax is also decently well. I've personally been to their service centers a couple of times. It's not so bad. It has improved over the last couple of years drastically. They have now service centers all over India. So in terms of warranty, it's as per your experience, depending on how your experience has been. My experience with Samsung has been really, really good. So I personally have no complaints with either, but I feel that Samsung might have a better service network because of their presence. So that's it, guys. We're not really taking any sides right now. We don't know if one device is better or the other. If you just look at sheer pricing, Micromax is definitely cheaper. So it will definitely do a lot of numbers in India, considering the fact that it will be priced at about 12,500 rupees is what we feel when it finally comes to the market. The price has been declared as below 14,999. Whether it comes to the market for about 12,500 rupees, it will do an absolutely wonderful job of selling in the market. People are really craving to buy a quad-core device at that price with an HD screen will be really helpful. For the Grand, it's 21,500 rupees with the flip cover initially. After they sell a couple of units, they'll bring it down to about 18 or 19,000 rupees, and it'll be sold without the flip cover. So in case you don't want the flip cover, you might consider waiting for a couple of weeks. When the flip cover deal runs out, they'll not include the flip cover in the box, and your device will be for about 18 or 19,000 rupees. Now the deal is here that the flip cover, once you put the flip cover on, and I saw a device with the flip cover, it looks almost identical to the Galaxy Note 2. So if you want to pass around and say that, hey, I have a Galaxy Note 2, when you're actually carrying a Galaxy Grand, that may be an advantage for you. If you buy a Galaxy Grand, you can pass it off as a Galaxy Note 2, and because it has most of the same features on the inside, UI is same, The looks the same. Samsung's even told us that the final product that comes out will have a shiny bezel, not a brushed aluminum finish bezel that we saw at the product launch. They'll match the finish of the product to the Galaxy Note 2 because they are banking on the fact that in India at least, a lot of people will buy it considering that it almost looks identical to the Galaxy Note 2 and it has identical features to the Galaxy Note 2. So right now we're not picking any sides. If one is better, the other is better. We will do an in-depth comparison. Although there are two different products, two different categories, but they're essentially targeted as dual SIM phablets, dual SIM budget devices. Whether 21,500 rupees is a budget device or not, we don't know. But considering price range of Samsung flagship devices, it's definitely half the price. So we'll be coming out with a full in-depth comparison. We don't know which one is better right now because we haven't really properly tested these devices. But when we do, we will be out with that. If you have missed out on it, go guys, go play in the Canvas HD giveaway. You could win yourself a Canvas HD as soon as it's launched. The link's on the video right now, so go ahead and play with it. You can see our hands-on videos for both the devices on the screen right now. You can click on them or you can go to our channel on YouTube and look for these videos. And you can find them and take a look at them. You can also find in-depth specifications and hands-on on iGyaan.in. And you can also find my in-depth comparison on iGyaan.in, should be linked on the video right now. So if you have any questions or queries, do leave them in the comment section below and I will see you guys soon. Make sure you check out iGyaan.in for all the latest and greatest in technology. And you also catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. And as always, you can subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV. And until I see you next time guys, this is me, Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.